Shalom. Thanks for joining me. I'm continuing in Matthew chapter 5 in the Sermon on the Mount. I'm going to pick up in verse 27. Jesus is now engaged in a series of teachings. And each of these sections, these 6 sections that is this part of the Sermon on the Mount is, start off by saying, you have heard it said, but here's what I say. And this is what I say. So what Jesus is doing is correcting false or misleading or incorrect rules-based information with heart-based information. Because he has said in verse 20, chapter 5, your righteousness must exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees, and their righteousness is based on conformity to rules and regulations. Your righteousness must come from your heart. It is not a conformity to rules and regulations. It is what's in your heart. And now this section talks about adultery. You have heard that it was said, you shall not commit adultery. But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. It's better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. And if your right hand causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to go into hell. Now, I'd like you to think about this for a minute. This is an interesting teaching. For one thing, you can live by all the rules and regulations, and it would mean that you did not commit adultery. But Jesus is saying, if you are looking at another person, now this would be a man looking at a woman, woman looking at another woman, man looking at another man, woman looking at a man, doesn't matter, a human looking at another human, and you are doing it in a manner that the English word here is lustfully. And it means longingly, coveting, just imagining what that's going to be like to have this person as mine. And it is definitely sexual in orientation here. It's talking about something, looking at them sexually. You have already committed adultery. You've committed adultery. Now, a lot of people today look at pornography online and in books and magazines, and they think to themselves, that's no big deal. No big deal. That's not what Jesus says. Jesus said, if you're looking at someone who is not your spouse, and you're looking at them lustfully, you have committed a sexual sin, and particularly the sin of adultery. That's what he's saying. There's no way around that. And then he uses some hyperbole where he talks about your eye, your hand, or your body part. Whatever it is that's making you stumble, he says, cut it off. Now, he's not saying literally, please blind yourself, cut your hands off. He's not saying that. He's using this extreme, this graphic hyperbole to make the point that whatever it takes for you to be pure, do it. Whatever the sacrifices you have to make, do it. Remember, Jesus has been teaching, your righteousness has to exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees, and here's the way to do it. Be pure in your heart, in your mind, what your eyes are looking at, and the attitude and the thoughts you're having as you're looking at another person. You cannot look at them lustfully. You must look at them as a fellow human, a brother, a sister, a friend. You can't treat them that way. You have to recognize the dignity and the purity of another human being. So don't commit adultery, neither with your body, with your eyes, or with your thoughts. Thank you.